All right, guys. Welcome to the Daily Refinement Live Q&A. So, hey, can you guys have me another iPad? Yes. Thank you. Today I want to talk about things that are working, things that are not working. Appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions, hit me up. Let me know what questions you have. But I want to start off with something that I think is really important. So, our business is so complicated because every single day we have different inventory, and selling different inventory in a different kind of way on a different platform every single day is pretty much a guaranteed way to fail because it's really hard to be consistent when every single thing is different. So one thing that I noticed is what you try to do literally the whole day is just try to reduce variation as much as possible. That's literally the key to reselling because you never know what's going to happen to your supply chain. I think probably this year I probably found 20 different things that were super profitable. And as soon as I posted it, everybody else copied me and it no longer became profitable. So I think it's really, really, really important to realize. Sorry for the lawnmower next door. I don't know what's going on next door. It's really important to realize nothing lasts forever. Nothing works forever. So if you heard about something and you're going to go resell it, it's already too late. Somebody has already figured it out and is doing it. So the key is to figure out something. And I mean, I don't want to say don't tell anyone, but I feel like that almost is what it takes because you can share how, but not the specifics. I've watched it happen so many times where people get excited, they go on to Instagram, including me. I've done this before. Share something really cool that you found, and you just killed your own golden goose. So just really, really important to realize that nothing works forever. And you gotta do it. So Bubblegum is saying no, don't do dollar starts anymore. It's kind of a to get people onto the platform. So I saw whatnot to get people to sell, to get people to come onto eBay, to get people to go to someone who doesn't have any traction. Dollar starts is really your only tool because you have like no one trusts you, nobody knows you, you're just new, you don't have any inventory. It's a really dumb way of looking at it because every single version of reselling works. So when people say, I never do this, I already know they are not good. That's just not how it works. Every single kind of thing works, right? If you wanted to sell the Mona Lisa, you could have success doing a dollar start. You could do a dollar start with a reserve. You could do a buy it now price. There's 1,000 different ways you could sell the item and they all work. It just depends on how you set the auction up, right? So if you don't know what you're doing, right, I recommend avoiding $1 starts. But if you know what you're doing and people just don't know you yet, or there's a specific reason why you're doing it, I think dollar starts totally makes sense. It just depends on what your goal is. Um, there is no like I'm really annoyed with people who just think there's one way of doing this or there's one right way of doing this because it's just not true. The right way to do it is to be consistent at whatever you try to do. If you just pick Foley, I'm glad that you made it. I am gonna do a live at this time every single week. It's just gonna be potentially on a different channel depending on how our shows go. But it's just really important to understand that nothing works forever. You got to really be sharp. And I have also, I'll tell you this, this year, about at least 24 things I've done, people have copied and then it's no longer profitable. I've also done that. I've also seen somebody slip up and let me know how to do it. And now I do it. Like I've watched a couple of streams that talked about how they got something. I have that now in my store. So like all the things that to make it really work, I can give you guys the key to reselling. You guys ready? It's high variety, high value, same system. That's how you do it. You don't want to do high value, high variety. So let's say that Mona Lisa is your first item. Second item is a Lamborghini. Those are very, very difficult to sell in the same way, right? Because they're so different. But you want high value, high variety, same system. So this is how it works, Eyes Heaven. You want to sell like on cloud sneakers, Hoka sneakers, Brooks sneakers, Saucony sneakers. That works. They're all high value, but you're selling them exactly the same way. That is the key to reselling. Low value, high variety is the worst way to resell. And that's how 99% of resell. Literally, they take the cheap things they find or they get for free. Every single one is different to list. So they can't even list them quickly. They're making like $1 to $5 very slowly, right? That is not how you do it. If you're gonna make under $10 per transaction, you need to sell as many items as humanly possible. Okay, if you're gonna go for making $20 profit or more, you can take your time. You don't need to sell that many items at $20 profit. You don't need any employees. All you need is 10 good items a day. If you spend 12 to 14 hours a day looking, you will find it. Most people spend 1 hour looking and 10 hours bitching about how they can't find anything. Henry's asking if the first year as a reseller I was able to find a return. I was, but I have a sales background, and I also live in like the richest place ever. Like, okay, California does more revenue than the country of India. India has 1 billion people. California has 40 million people. There are people here, like in California, you could own literally a yogurt shop and you could drive a Bentley. That's how many people are here, right? Like it's really interesting because like the number of people that make $300,000 a year or more in California is like 1 million people. There's like 1 million people here that make $1 million, like 100K or more. 1 million, it's got to be higher than that. There's at least 1 million people who make $100,000 a year here, literally doing anything you can think of. There's just so many people here. So like, it is really expensive to live here, but that's sort of the price that you pay for like literally the highest level of everything is here. There's people that make $1 million a day here doing something. If you're somewhere else, it doesn't really work like that. It's just such an interesting world that we live in. I don't even know what to say. Stock Union says in the beginning, is making a loss. No, you do not need to take a loss in the beginning. In fact, in the beginning, you can't afford to take a loss. In the beginning, you can't afford to take a loss. So I'll explain to you guys how this works. In the very, very beginning, right? You buy something and you post it for the best price that you can. Here's an example. This hand wash, right? I've been selling it for about $10 for like a year straight, right? This product, I can do $1 start because I can afford to do $1 start. But when I just started, I could not do that. Dollar start is actually, in my opinion, it's a guaranteed way to get traffic, but does not guarantee the sale. This is why like there's a Facebook group called Whatnot Resellers, and there's a group, all of the eBay groups ever, right? There are a lot of people who say promoted listings on eBay don't work. Promoted closet on Poshmark doesn't work. Promoted shows on Whatnot doesn't work. That is the stupidest thing ever. You can see how well it works on it. It tells you how well it's working. It's like, I don't know if people think that they're going to turn it on and get a sale, but that's not how it works. Promoted listings means increased visibility. It 100% works. Now, it may not be worth it for you. That's a totally different thing, if it's worth it or not. But whether or not it works, it works. When you guys go on the eBay and you scroll, there are very few first listings say promoted on it. When you're on Amazon, when you log on, it promotes something to you. When you go to YouTube, it promotes something to you. You guys are watching me because something promoted you. You can't find anything without promotion in the beginning? It's just that you need to find something so good you can afford to promote it. That's the problem. If you're only making $1 to $5, you have no budget. You're just yelling in the middle of the forest, right? They're not going to find you, right? But if you had a pair of 150-year-old Levi's, you could yell in the forest and there's somebody out there listening for that call because they want that, right? It just depends on what you're selling. But promoted listings absolutely works. If you don't understand promoted listings, you shouldn't sell because like the thing I always talk about is Coca-Cola, the company, gets half of its sales from the end cap. When you're waiting in line to buy to check out, you can see Coca-Cola on the left side, right? That's half of their sales are people who didn't even know they wanted it. They're just there in line, they see Coca-Cola, they throw one in the cart. That's half their sales. This is literally the best brand in the world. The most recognizable product on planet Earth is Coca-Cola, and half of their sales come from promoted. How can you say promoted listings don't work? It's just like it's my biggest pet peeve when people say advertising doesn't work. Why do you use eBay then? Why do you use Poshmark? Why do you use whatnot? They are essentially advertising platforms. It I've it's almost like if you tell a friend, that's the same thing as promotion. It's just frustrating to me. Paid promotion is like the best way to increase your sales ever. 3M's is saying, is promoted better than running a 20% sale? It depends if people are already looking at your item or not, right? Here's an example. This is a Gap hoodie. I don't think anybody has ever went online. Actually, that's not true. Back in the day, the Gap spell out, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The box logo Gap. Everybody had it in the 90s. Thank you, my Ernest. Appreciate you. Everybody had that box logo Gap sweater, right? It still sells well now. You can still sell it. That's literally an advertisement for the brand. Like you wear it and you're cool. And I actually was reading about the history of Gap. Back in the day, it was really cool to wear like a leather jacket that was $500 and a Gap t-shirt under it. It's sort of like a screw you to the luxury world. Like I can make this cheap Old Navy, or actually it was Gap, this cheap Gap shirt swaggy because like I'm making it cool by wearing it. Like that logo is so important and you should look at promoted listings like that. So the 20% off sale, it only works if people already want it. If people don't want it, I would say spend your money on promotion. I just think everyone needs to think about promotion differently. Um, yeah, for sure. The 90s was an insane time. It was probably the most popular decade ever because like so much stuff now is inspired from the 90s and it's just it hits so hard. Hits so hard. So I don't know if that was true like 10 years ago, if the 80s hit hard, and 10 years before that, the 70s hit hard. But right now, the 90s, 30 years later, it's weird seeing teenagers wear the same thing that I wore. And I'm not even 40 yet. Right. So I don't know, like maybe in 20 years, the 90s will still pop, but it's crazy. So someone's asking, more listings equals more sales, which equals more profit. That's not necessarily true, but you can't make more sales without more things listed. That's true, but depending on what you're listing matters. A quality listing is a listing that someone will buy if they feel like the price is fair. That's my opinion. Okay. A non-quality listing, no matter, I can tell you this, if you change the price and it doesn't sell, in my opinion, it's not quality. It's a lower quality listing. Something that's high quality, when you change the price, it sells. Because it's price sensitive, right? Certain things do not sell if the price is too high. I'm sorry. I guess this is a good example. If you go into your store and you run a 50% off sale and nothing happens, it's a good chance that your items are either priced so high that nobody knows what you're talking about, no or nobody wants your items. Either nobody wants your items or nobody wants your items and you price them too high. Actually, that's not true. It could be stuff that people want. You just priced it too high, and the 50% off sale doesn't work. That's why some people, when they do when some people do, sorry about that, guys, on Zoom. When some people do promoted listings plus a discount, M Rose, thank you so much. Promoted listings plus a discount plus a coupon, they start raking in the sales because that's how highly priced their items were. that it took essentially a triple discount for it to sell. That's my biggest pet peeve was when people say promotions don't work. Why do people pay $2 million for a Super Bowl commercial? They're just stupid. Or is that like an easy way to reach 20 million people? Okay, next question. I don't have that many questions today. Let's finish. Chris is asking if I'm gonna have a whatnot section in my mentorship. I should. Um, this month's been a little bit busy, but it's starting to clear up because most of the so Holy, I've been trying the last year to set this business up so I don't have to be here. It's not that easy, right? And I'm actually okay with working here. I just want it to work if I don't work here. So let's see. If you're selling out every show, 100 items, women's clothing, but making less. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's an interesting question. What if you run a show and it's at a loss, or you sell an item at a loss? I guess your next goal is to find things that you can sell them at you can sell it at a price that you won't lose money. Because I only lost money in the beginning when I was trying to learn how to sell. Like, okay, I remember all the first items I sold. I sold a Vitamix blender, just the top part. It's called a jug. The Vitamix jug, the jug that you pour stuff into. I didn't know it was worth more money with the stick. I don't know what the stick's called, but it had the lid, the stick, and the jug. And I just listed it as a Vitamix jug, and it sold right away because I didn't know that the three of them were worth more together. Now, I didn't lose money on that because I essentially already paid for it. It was like free to me. So that cash flow positive. Let's say I took that money. I went out to a garage sale and I paid $1 for something. You should be able to sell that high enough that you don't lose money. Your buy cost is either too high, right? Your buy cost is either too high, or actually that's probably 90% of the problem. I don't think it's I don't I think most of the problem is people are paying too much for their items. That'd be my guess. Laura's saying, what's one major failure that turned out to be a major learning success in business? Oh my God, I've had so many failures. I would say like the thing that makes you the most money is doing the same thing over and over and over again. The momentum is the number one thing that's important. Momentum is huge. You get into a habit of doing something, everything starts moving that direction. Consistency and momentum. Consistency creates momentum. And then like things start moving and like I can give you like a natural chain of events. You start going to garage sales, you buy stuff for $1, you sell it for 10. You start going to the thrift store, you pay 10, sell stuff for 30. You meet somebody at a garage sale, it's like, hey, do you want to come look at my other things? You pay 10. If you give me 100, I'll give you this whole box. You keep rotating that over and over again. You meet another person, that person introduces you to somebody else. So for me, when I learned about eBay, I learned about Poshmark, I learned about Mercari. I learned some stuff from Mercari. Like Mercari and Poshmark and whatnot. They actually reduce the number of lowballs because they don't allow you to lowball somebody too low. Like you can't offer $1 on a $500 item on Poshmark. It blocks it. It says more likely if you want somebody to accept your offer, you got to bid at least 350 for 500, right? Um, So momentum just starts with one thing leading into another thing. Holy wants to ask a question about current issues running your business. Go ahead and ask. Nikki says normally it's 20% off at a max. Maybe your first try. I would say I just got offered. Um, I don't think I get offered anything at less than 90% off. So it just depends on where you start. Like I literally like something is $100. People will offer me four. Like you want all of them for four. It doesn't. It's just because they don't want to split it up. Um, you guys can email me at any time. My email is chris@dailyrefinement.com. If you have any specific questions, um, you can do it that way. But yeah, the number one way to network is be good at your store. That is the number one way to network, is to show people your store. That's it. You show people that you are selling a lot of items, or you don't have a lot of money or inventory, but the items you pick sell really fast, people will work with you. If you don't have a good store, they won't work with you. Venzal, I do sell on other platforms. Thank you, Bubblegum. You have to do well at your store for people to reach out to you. Pearly is saying, yeah, I can do a whatnot call, specifically. How do I figure out where to buy liquidation? That's a great question. Okay, so Red Rose, the best way to find liquidation is to reverse engineer where the returns go. So like, okay, I'm gonna give you guys a ridiculous pro tip, but here, hold on, let me do this. Let me put this in the chat. I'm gonna put this in the. I'm gonna see if this works. You guys ready to see a lesson in Let's see. This has given me hold on. I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay, here you go. I only have one of these left. I'm gonna post this in the buy now because right now I'm live on whatnot also. I'm gonna put this in the buy now. I guarantee you, whoever does this will be able to figure out liquidation and what they're looking for. You guys ready? I'm gonna put this in the buy now, right now. Okay, these products right here, I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of marketing. You ready? So this is the 29 pounds I've been selling. This is $625. I put it right now for $200 in the buy it now, and I want to give you. Thank you, Roke. I want to give you an insane piece of advice, but I need somebody to buy it because I don't want to give it for free. Okay. Just says you did a lot of grief therapy buying. Okay, Candace, you ready? This is, you guys ready for a crazy piece of advice? Thank you, Candace, for purchasing and letting everybody know for free. Okay, this is what I've done. There's been 3 companies that I want to buy the returns for. This is what I did. I bought something full price on their site, and then I returned it with an air tag in the box. And then I went to where it went. So that has worked for me. Because essentially the thing that's worked the best for me is returns. So that worked. I hope somebody in the chat makes like $20,000 from that piece of advice. Okay, because it worked for me. Because like, okay, multiple of these return deals have made me over $100,000. So it's worth it to find out where it goes. It's worth it to find out where it goes, right? It's probably even worth it to put a GoPro camera in there, right? And when they open it, you can like see, and then they're like, "What is this?" And then they smash it and throw it away. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like that definitely works. You can find out where it goes. Because that is essentially what we're looking for here. We're trying to figure out who has it. Candace, appreciate you taking the bullet there, letting everybody find out. But seriously, it works because returns is the best business in my opinion. The reason why, so curbside, you could just call them and ask. You can, but most people don't even know that work at the company. They don't know where it goes, and they're not the ones handling it. Almost all companies. You guys remember when I sold 30,000 pairs of Cariuma, and every single box had Happy Returns on it? Happy Returns is owned by PayPal. You can't call Happy Returns. Can you call PayPal and say, "Hey, where do the returns go?" They don't know. There's somebody at some warehouse that's okay. This is really wild. Every single company has no idea what happens to their returns. It's true. They don't know or care. They just write it off. They don't know. They don't know. Okay. Yeah, reverse logistics is what I'm doing right now. Yeah, Cloud. The documentary by now is about that. How likely are returns liquidators to be local to you? Okay, this is so sad. Abdurra, I don't have any local suppliers. It's so sad. That and to be honest, it's my own fault. I should be finding people near me that have product. It's just I haven't been able to find anybody near me. I have to go. Thank you, Retail Real. Um, but yeah, I was able to get some of the so curbside via trading is one of them. I'm just gonna spill the beans. I don't care. Via trading has a bunch of contracts of the companies that I want to deal with, and this is my understanding. I don't like via trading. I feel like via trading skims from the top. They they take the good stuff and then they sell you the garbage. And okay, one of the via trading centers that I've worked with, they are the actual return center, right? So like you buy something, you put an air tag in it, you send it back, it's going to show up at the via trading warehouse. Okay. They get all the returns for some company. They aggregate it, right? So curbside, they get it, right? They get, let's call it Tommy Hilfiger. All Tommy Hilfiger returns go to their house, their warehouse. They sort it all, they manifest all of it, they look it all up. The brand new stuff they can list on Amazon FBA themselves, right? They get all the money. The medium stuff they sell to people they like. The bad stuff they put in all one big pile and they sell it on their website. That's how I feel about buyer trading. I purchased so much from them and it all looks like that. All looks like it's been gone through, like, I don't know. I bought Amazon general merchandise from them. I bought millions of dollars of stuff from them. And it's all been picked through. Yeah. And I would rather not. It's just you can make a profit. They just taken most of the profit out already. So essentially what you should do is you should, I mean, this is hard, but you should, if you're a wholesale operator, you should wholesale to people where they can actually make enough money from the item. Curbside, eBay partner with Bulk. Yeah, Bulk, liquidation.com. Um, they're all just the starting point of liquidation. You start there and then you try to figure out where it comes from. The problem is via trading is where it comes from on some of these things because they control the returns, right? So, but they get it from somebody direct and somebody has that contract. So you just got to start and make your way, like work your way backwards to figure out who's in charge. If you are losing money when you sell things, though, my guess is your buy cost is too high. Let's see. Well, when you figure out where the returns go, then you got to figure out how to get in contact with that person. Um, where does it usually go immediately after the UPS store returns them? How many middlemen are there? Usually less than two. Usually less than two middlemen. It's usually not more than that because then there's too many people in the middle of it, and then there's no money. And all of my phone's blown up. I think I upset the what is it? The Illuminati. I upset the Illuminati. My phone's blown up. To get a license to buy from a wholesale liquidator, you just Google resell certificate, and it's free in your state. Just go online. You don't need a business. You can just use your social security number and apply for it's called a reseller certificate. So then you can buy tax free. Cash is usually king. Venzal says, why don't resellers share their liquidators? The reason they don't share is because, okay, I'll give you an example. You guys know Zappos returns are like they're all the rage right now, especially on Whatnot. I think I could be wrong. I was one of the original people that found it. Okay. So then, like an idiot, I put Zappos truckloads for sale, right? And then I was doing really good, but then a lot of people have way more money than me. way more money. Okay, so essentially, I told my friend, well, I don't even know if I call my friend, an acquaintance of mine. I said, hey, there is 6 truckloads of this Zappos stuff. India 816, thank you for the raid. There were 6 truckloads of Zappos that I saw, right? And I told my person that I know, I'm like, hey, I'm only gonna buy 2 of these because they're a lot. They're like 150,000 each. I can't buy all of these. Do you want some? And then he bought all of them. And then I'm like, oh. And then after him, everybody is like waiting with their money, and now the price is twice as high. So it costs twice as much to get it. And now when you sell it, it doesn't sell for as much. So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Right? So next time I find something, they're gonna wait until I'm gonna wait till I'm done selling it. And I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? There's this really cool thing. It's really profitable. You know, it's just it's just it is what it is. You can't tell people until you're done. It's hard to tell people before you're done. Okay, so Macy'sLiquidation.com is legit. Macy'sLiquidation.com, you can go there, buy directly from Macy's. It's not cherry picked. It's just directly from the company. It's just competitive. That's all. A lot of people try to get it, and a lot of people buy it. And Macy's is huge. So the stuff that you get is going to be a lot like what other people get. Macy's Liquidation, in my opinion, is good. It's good. Let's see. We need to do a giveaway for everybody. Yeah, it's just can't tell people where you get your stuff. Doesn't work. I did it. A QVC is legit too. You buy directly from them. Um, I I found a really good local source here, and hold on, let me just run this giveaway real quick. And the lady that I was mentoring, she, I was like, okay, cool, we found it. All I have to do now is go to this honey hole every single week, get your stuff. You need to sell 10 to 20 $20 profit items a day, and you're making between $200 and $400 a day. You made it. We found it. We found a honey hole, right? So now you don't need to do anything. Just don't tell anybody because you know, we don't want to ruin it. So I have a giveaway going now, guys. So then another reseller from a different part of the Bay Area went there, and then she made an Instagram story that said, hey, I went to this store at this time and talked to this person and got this for this price. Okay. Literally, she did a story that said, this is where I went, at what time, who I talked to, what I asked for, what I paid. And then literally, the store got bought by somebody. Like it literally went away. So I was just like, why would you do that? I couldn't believe it. I've never seen somebody lay it out like that before. I feel like you should not lay it out exactly like that because then what's the chances that 80 people go and do that right after that? Most people are sheep, right? So like they went there and they're like, hey, is Maria here? I heard I can buy PlayStations for $100 if I give them cash. Right? Is that the that imagine if you went there and it wasn't that person and then you got that person fired or like I don't know. You know what I mean? It just that actually happened. What is the general price for a pallet? Oh, that's a good question. The general price for a brand new with tags item, clothing, wholesale liquidation is probably around $5. Yeah, it's probably $5. Um, you can release your suppliers, but like if you guys ever buy those expensive Amazon courses, um, they're essentially just like they sell you their supply list, but it doesn't mean that they'll sell to you. Yeah, the average brand new item is $5 on a wholesale site. Yeah, I haven't. I don't do any wholesale. I was thinking about doing wholesale because like this is actually pretty morbid. Are you guys ready? 2 weeks ago my warehouse flooded. You guys remember that? I don't know if I posted it. 2 weeks ago, we had like a weird flash flood here, and my warehouse flooded, which is kind of insane. Um, and what happened was my my next door tenant, the person that's in the yard next to me, he owns a fencing company. Apparently, he died and fell in the outside part of his parking lot, had a heart attack, died. And I don't know if this is true or not. Clog the drain that's supposed to drain from heavy rains, and then that's no one could get in there, and then it flooded my whole warehouse and the warehouse next door. We had 3 inches of water inside, like ankle high water in both warehouses, because apparently he died and blocked the drain. Then, okay, um, they cleared that up, and then there's a guy who's living next door in the yard because California is expensive, and then he started a fire, and then it filled my warehouse full of smoke, and I called the police, and then we have the same landlord. He told the landlord that I'm a tattletale for calling the police department. And I was like, bitch, you almost burnt down the building. What are you doing? So he started a fire indoor and filled everything up with smoke. And he's being evicted now. So it's crazy. So now, anyway, the reason why I'm bringing that up is the next door unit is now open. So I can now do some wholesale. Terry, you ready for some wholesale? I have the room. So essentially, I could do 12,000 square feet for like $4,000 if I want that. It was like a week ago. That's insanely cheap. Um, but yeah, that's insanely cheap. But then I don't wholesale is a whole different market, right? Whole different market. So if you end up going that route for also, this is another thing that's crazy. So the guy next door, the space is 12,000 square feet. Okay, let's back up for a second. It's 12,000 square feet next door. I definitely am not going to take the space. This is why. I already am not good enough at what I currently do, so I'm not going to open a wholesale. I already know I'm not going to do it. You have to make a wholesale operation work. You have to be consistent, and I don't have enough bandwidth to do that. I already barely have enough bandwidth to do what I'm doing. I'm not going to do the wholesale idea. Also, the building next to me and the building next to it, the next building over is 20,000 square feet, and I could open. Oh my God, Med City! Thank you for the raid. Um, I could open an indoor flea market. Okay, I think I totally know how to do it. Still not going to do it because I don't have the bandwidth. Um, let me give Med City. Let's give away something good. Let's see. You guys ready? Let's do some marketing. You guys ready? Don't leave. There's 300 people in here. Let's see. I'm gonna give away a $500 bag. Free $558 Michael Kors bag. Did you guys leave before I gave away? Let's see. Follow Med City. Somebody tag Med City. This is for them. Ready? Giveaway is up. This bag right here is $558. Everybody follow Med City. Brand new bag for the free. $550, brand new Michael Kors. Insane. Let's see. It does look like a Birkin. It is no mystery where they took this design from, right? But yeah, as far as the I'm gonna stay in my lane. Laura, thank you for supporting the stream. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm not gonna open a flea market. I'm not gonna take the space next door. I'm at this point in my life, I realize that I cannot do that. I could do it poorly, and I'm overdoing things shitty. I want to do things well. So like I'm okay just you know, staying in my lane. My lane is sell clearance stuff on Whatnot. I started Whatnot with like 200K. I started eBay with no money. Can't kind of thrifty, nice pickup. Oh, I'm sorry, nice comment. Thank you. I'm glad I inspired you to sign up. If you guys are looking to start a new stream on Whatnot, I recommend be patient. Also, guys, only 4,000 people on Whatnot do one stream a week. Guys, everyone write that down. There's hundreds of thousands of sellers. Only 4,000 people do one stream per week. That's how few people actually resell. Okay. Very, very, very few people are consistent. It's not that hard. It's okay. Let me back up. It's very hard, but it's very simple to be successful. You just be consistent, but most people don't do it. See, Bo's probably going to be successful on Whatnot because he's streaming more than once a week, but that's all it takes. Magnolia, don't worry. Just picture everybody naked on stream. You won't be nervous. You just do it. One stream per week. Only 4,000 people do that. That basically rounds to zero. Not very many people are consistent. So essentially, okay, if you guys watch me stream, I actually don't think I'm that good. I'm okay. I'm gonna be selling 29 palms again in like 20 minutes. I don't think people are I don't think people are consistent. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. If you want to be successful at reselling, all you have to do is be consistent because nobody is consistent. Can introverts be successful on Whatnot? Yes. Introverts are generally more successful at any kind of presentation job. For a new seller, how many times to be successful? One time per week. One time per week, same time every time per week for 1 year. You probably have a good 30 to 50 people on your stream. If you do once a week, same time of the week, have good stuff. I know, right? I'm not worried about selling stuff. It's all good. I bought it at the right price, so I'm okay. How do I stream? I think you just get a device, hit start, and then get going. So essentially, everyone is a hot pile of garbage. Write that down. Somebody type that. Everyone's a hot pile of garbage. Some people are just better at hiding it. Some people are fine with it. That's even better. Okay. Everyone is a hot pile of garbage. If you just are okay with that, I'm okay with it, then it's fine. Who cares? Okay. Like, what's the point? No one cares. Most people are so busy thinking about themselves, they do not care about you. Okay. They don't care about you. You only care about what other people think. But most people don't care, and most people are a hot pile of garbage. So don't worry. Like, okay, there's 333 people in here. People are saying sell something. I don't need to. I can just come back later with good stuff, and more people will come in. Right now, people are here for the tea. Later, when I sell stuff, the people who are here to buy something will still be here. The people who are here for the tea won't be here, but that's fine. People who are here for tea don't buy anything. Okay, the people who are here to buy stuff, you only need like 13 people in your stream. Little Asian boutique, I appreciate you. So Tagra, Whatnot makes 8% commission on every sale, and they charge like around 13-14% total because of the fees that go to processing. So if you sell really cheap items, it can go as high as 30%. Oh my God, we're giving away the bag. Rose, I can't believe you. She actually bought something to support the stream, and she got the free $500 bag. Girl, she killed it. $558 bag. So guys, another thing for fun. This bag is $558 retail, but the market value is only $179. So just because it's $558 retail, that does not mean you can sell for that much. Market value is $179. Let's see. I'll do a couple more giveaways and then I'll answer a few more questions. So the fee structure, if you just Google Whatnot fees, it'll literally tell you what the fees are. Let's do another giveaway. Yeah. Let's see. Let's do some more giveaways. let's see. If you sell something for $1, I think you get 52 cents. And if you sell something for, oh yeah, selling stuff for $1 is actually really profitable. I know it's so crazy that people don't get that, but like, guys, how much is a sticker? You guys know? If you buy stickers in bulk, how much they are, or if you print them yourselves, how much do you think a sticker is? What do you think? It's pennies, right? If you sell for $1 and you get 52 cents, is that a good profit margin or not? I mean, like, there are tons of people who sell stuff for $1 and make millions of dollars, guys. I don't understand why, like, tons of people sell stuff for $1 and make a lot of money. Guys, okay, guys, Kinko's, the guy who started Kinko's, he's a billionaire, okay? You can look him up. What is his average sale price? Guys, the guy who started Kinko's, what's the average sales price of Kinko's copies nationwide? Average sale price. It's $1. It's $1. He made $1 billion selling stuff for $1. So it averages out because like a lot of the stuff is 10 cents, 5 cents, 1 cent, 3 cents, 15 cents. And a lot of the stuff is like $20 to help you notarize something. You know what I mean? So, but he averaged only selling stuff for $1. So Garcia is saying you only need to sell thousands though, more work. Okay, guys, you guys ready? I'm gonna leave this with you, this thought. So the largest eBay seller at one time was E4 City. He sold 16,000 items a day, right? 16,000 items a day. No, grateful. I was recommending people who are reselling solo, right? I recommend you make $200 to $400 a day. That's not what I make. Hopefully I make more than that. But $200 to $400 a day is what I recommend for people who are starting. 10 to 20 good items per day. The E4 City guy, okay? He sold, I forgot how many items it is. It's a lot. 16,000 per day on average. He has $65 million in sales. His profit margin was only 1 million, right? And all these people said, pass. And I was like, what are you talking about? How many you would pass on a company that makes you $1 million a year because it's not a high profit margin? You only made 1 million on 65 million, so you wouldn't do it. You rather make $22,000 a year doing what you're doing right now. It just, I did a step-by-step video 2 years ago on how to flip pallets, right? And I the first time, right, I did it. I bought the pallet. It came in live. I broke down the whole pallet. I took it apart, right? I took the pallet apart. I sorted everything. I sold everything by myself. I shipped everything by myself. I made $1,600, and people said that's too much work. And I was like, yo, I made $1,600 in one day, and that's too much work. I couldn't believe it. It was just like, it is hard because like you got to cut it open, you got to look through every single item, you got to explain every single item to every single person. They don't care about it. But oh my God, I can't believe that somebody said it was too much work. What is easier than, you know what, to be honest, it wasn't even that hard. It's not even that hard. It's not even that hard. This is actually being streamed on whatnot on YouTube right now. So if you guys want to watch the replay, subscribe, dailyrefinement.com. Gavin, thank you for supporting the stream. I appreciate you. I am doing a multicast right now, but on my Zoom. Best resell kits. Okay, this is a good thing. Don't do that. So somebody in the chat said that right now they're low margin and they're hoping to increase the margin as time goes by. Do not do that, okay? Because it doesn't work that way. You have to start with a high margin and the margin shrinks over time. Very rarely in a business does it go the other way. The only way it would go another way is if you sold different things. So like, let's say you started off selling used clothing, right? Then you move to new clothing. Then you move to new bags. Then you move to, like for me, as an example, I would rather sell shoes. Emily, how are you? I would rather sell shoes than clothes. I would rather sell bags than shoes. And I would rather sell cosmetics than bags. Okay? But it depends on what you have access to. And I was kind of, you guys are meeting a new me right now. I don't want to, Rachel, I don't recommend small new sellers to start at $1 unless they're only shopping at the Goodwill bins. If you shop at the Goodwill bins, I would copy Maya's shop. You guys know Maya's shop on Whatnot? Thumbs up. Somebody tag him. Maya's shop, $1 started from nothing, probably makes six figures, 100% buying at the bins, $1 starts. It's like MYAHHS shop or something. It's a guy. Bargain Bonanza, nice pickup. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Terry. I would be surprised if this person does not make six figures. I would be shocked. They do dollar starts. They buy only at the Goodwill bins, but you got to be a battle bitch at the bins and get good stuff. Okay. Otherwise, if you can't be like me at the bins. I can't get stuff at the bins. Okay. I'm not about to get in there with my elbows and do that. I'm not above it. I'm just not good at it. You just got to go in there and do it though. Thrifting, I know. What do I consider good stuff at the bins? Okay, I'm gonna call it after this giveaway, so you guys got 4 more minutes to ask me questions. I consider good stuff at the bins. You can sell for $10 or more with a sell-through rate of under 30 days. That's my opinion. You pay $2 or less, and you get $10 or more back in 30 days or less. For me, at the bins. Thrifting, you need a much higher profit margin because you are spending a lot more time and gas. You need to be making $20 or more per item when you're thrifting. If you're at the bins, you don't need to make that much money because you can get a lot more items there while you're there. That makes sense. My YouTube channel is also Daily Refinement. I'm a lot different now because I complain less. I still complain, like I complain about people who complain about promotions not working, but I try not to complain because like there's a million people that okay, like I don't know. I just don't really want to complain. The only thing that I'm complaining about is the people who think that promotions don't work. That's all. That's the most frustrating thing to me, to live here in California, in the United States. You live in the United States, but you don't think promotions work. I don't know what to say to you. People who say promoted shows don't work, promoted listings don't work. Why does the grocery store have an end cap there when you're sitting there waiting in line to check out, that they have these things that you don't need, that you buy a bunch of? One of the top selling items at the Dollar Tree is an eyeglass repair kit. An eyeglass repair kit is one of their top selling items because it's right there every single time you're checking out. You don't even need it. You might not even have glasses. You're like, I'll just get one of these. Might need it one day. Need that little screwdriver so that I can unscrew my watch, put a new battery in there. That's promoted listings. The thing is, you don't have a $1 thing that 10,000 people buy. Okay, so that's not, so you can't afford it. Okay, but that person probably spent $10,000 to Dollar Tree, right? And now they have that spot. Chapstick, the stupid thing, batteries, one Sharpie for $1, right? And you guys know that at the front they sell Scotch tape, right? One for $1 or something, or $1.25 now. But in the back of the store, there's three for $1.25. But people are too lazy to go to to the back of the store and get the supplies for cheaper. Emily, I know I should hire mods, but I don't. Um, how much is needed to start with reselling pallets? So, you want the real answer or the fake answer of how much money you need to do pallets? The real answer or the fake money? The fake answer. Okay, the fake answer is just the amount of money to buy that pallet. Everyone together? Okay, the fake answer is the pallet costs 200. You need $200 to start. The real answer is they don't come like that. They come like I'll give you an example. In the next couple of months, you'll see something that I bought 45,000 units of. Okay, 45,000 units. I bought, right? Of the 45,000 units, there are around 9,000 units that suck. Everyone still with me? Because we're leaving in 1 minute. 45,000 units, 9,000 units that suck. That is about 20% of it that is garbage. If you only buy one pallet from me and I wholesale these, you would have a 1 in 5 chance of being screwed, right? Not even because of me, just because that's just the nature of the stuff that comes in, right? So the real answer is how much money you need to buy pallets is you need to be able to buy all of it. Oh, you got it. If you don't buy all of it, then you're taking a huge amount of risk. I don't sell by the pallet. I sell all of it. I'm just saying this is the problem with buying pallets. Maya's here. Maya, I was just saying, because people were saying dollar starts, you can't do it if you don't have a huge following. I don't think you have a huge following. You do have a following on Whatnot, but I don't remember you before that, right? You just have good products, good start prices. You know your stuff. You don't need to do dollar starts, but you can, and it's okay. Like in this like four bailings, every single thing I order is over $100,000, but I don't pay retail. I don't pay retail. But I am gonna leave in a second. I'll answer a couple more questions. But I'm gonna do a show in like 15 minutes. So come back. I'll have all my products in there. Is liquidation.com legit? Liquidation.com, bulk.com. Can you guys put this in the chat? Liquidation.com, bulk.com, govdeals.org. That's the government. Liquidation.com, bulk.com, bstock.com, Fox Liquidation, even Via Trading. These are all legit companies, right? It doesn't mean you're gonna get stuff that's good though. Yes, Maya is all good. You only need so the girl here, Les, that worked, Maya's was like one of her idols. She wanted to be like this guy. And she started her stream first day, right? And she had 100 items ready. She sold 6 items her first stream with 1 follower and 6 people in the stream. Okay, she showed all 100 items. I was like, go as fast as you can because you only have 6 people. Explain every item the best that you can. She sold 6 items her first stream with 1 follower. Okay, nobody knows her. Doesn't matter. You just gotta start. 100 items first stream. She tried her best. She did it. And we were consistent for a few weeks before she graduated from being here. But then the SF spot, I don't know, ever since the bulk buying went away, a lot of resellers have been doing better, even though that's unusual to me. But you just got to start. Do the best you can with what you have. I recommend showing as many items as you can. The model that I would copy is Rinzy. You guys know Rinzy? RNZY. Everybody put that in the chat. I would copy that model. High starts, show as many items as you can, 2-hour show. That's what I recommend. That model is the best. That's the model. Because okay, you guys write this down. You ready? Okay, so from my favorite saying is you do the best you can with what you have until you know better, and then you know better, and then do better. That's from Maya Angelou. I butchered her quote, but essentially you just do the best you can with what you have and then improve each time. The reason why I like Rinzy is because the high dollar start, right? It means you believe in your product and you've already pre-researched it. The stuff that he sells is worth like maybe $10 to $30 more than what he starts it at, right? And because he genuinely believes that and has a great attitude, people buy it, right? And in the beginning, okay, I know what I was going to say, and I'll end on this thought. You have to know what you're trying to maximize when you're selling, okay? If you are doing high dollar starts, what that means is you're maximizing profit per item. Everybody got that? If you are doing high dollar starts, you are maximizing profit per item. Everyone got it? This is so important. Thumbs up, right? If you're selling stuff at a high dollar start, that means that you're trying to get as much money as you can per item, right? Okay, that's not what I'm doing. I'm maximizing sell-through rate. Because I'm buying so much stuff, I do not want to run the auction a second time. Okay, so I let people get a really good deal because my maximization strategy is selling thousands of units a day, right? There's not a single day really this year that I've sold less than 1,000 items. It's a different model. My model is maximize sell-through rate, right? His model is maximize per item, which is what I recommend for most people. Nick, what's up? All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Everyone cool? You're gonna go? I'm gonna go. All right, guys. Everybody on Patreon and Zoom, I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. And let me